On the second day since South Korea started imposing mandatory PCR tests for entrants from China, 1 out of 4 travelers from the country tested positive for COVID-19. According to quarantine authorities, 73 of 281 Chinese travelers who were tested at the airport on Tuesday were found to be infected with the virus. The positive rate is 26%. Also, of the 460 imported cases reported last week, 142 or 31% were from China, according to the Central Disaster and Safety Countermeasures Headquarters. Under the new restrictions, all arrivals from China must undergo a PCR test within the first day of entry to minimize the impact of a recent virus surge there. They must also remain in separate facilities until their test results are confirmed, while South Korean nationals and foreigners with residency status returning to the country from China have to quarantine at their residence after a PCR test. South Korea also restricted issuing short-term visas for Chinese nationals, excluding diplomats, public officials, and those with essential business or humanitarian purposes. The restriction will be in place until the end of this month. Amid the strengthened quarantine measures, the local police are searching for a COVID-positive Chinese national in his 40s who ran away after refusing to be quarantined. When the police take him into custody, he will be questioned for violating the Infectious Disease Control and Prevention Act. In addition to the planned requirements for travelers from China, South Korea will also require pre-entry COVID-19 testing for arrivals from Hong Kong and Macau due to a surge in infections in the region. Starting Saturday, those from Hong Kong and Macau will be required to receive a PCR or an antigen test before boarding flights to South Korea, and results must be registered in the Q-code system before arrival, according to the Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency. The agency said the decision was made in consideration of the recent virus situation in Hong Kong, a larger number of incoming travelers from there, and restrictive moves by the United States, Canada, and other nations. We will closely monitor the virus situation in the region and will review imposing additional measures if needed. As many countries introduced entry restrictions for travelers from China, the European Union held a meeting today to discuss a joint response to the surge in COVID-19 infections in China and the necessary measures that should be taken. Some member states of the European Union, such as Italy, Spain, France, and Belgium, already begun imposing new COVID-19 measures on travelers from China. Meanwhile, South Korea is vigilant in preventing the spread of a new Omicron subvariant and a wintertime surge. Yesterday, the country confirmed around 78,000 new coronavirus infections, including 172 from overseas, bringing the total to almost 30 million, according to the Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency.